One in the shop, I've got the Ameta S50. It's a low-cost beginner drone, camera drone. It's got all the features. It's got multiple batteries, good flight times. It has GPS for return to home. It's got a lot of bigger features in a lower cost system. Now, some of the things that they did, I think, to reduce costs, it's just, when you feel like the controller, there's not a lot of metal in that. It's a lot of, plasticky. However, how well does it work? And that's really the question. Do you get decent flight times with the two batteries? How good is the video? How good is are the photographs? What's the range? Those are some of the things I'm going to kind of talk about in the video. I'm going to get this thing, fly it around, talk about some of those features as you see some of the footage. And keep in mind, this is a beginner type of drone at a significant lower cost than a lot of them out there. But I think there's a lot of features on this that are really great for the price. So anyway, stick around. We're going to go over some of this stuff. Ameta S50 Lite beginner GPS drone. Just got this. As you can see, I haven't opened this up yet, so I have no idea what to expect. This is a pre-release version they sent me. They wanted me to make some video of it and test it out, and give them some opinions on what I think. Say what I think. It's pretty small. All right, let's just see what's all. Everything we get here looks like some props, some cables, nice little case. And I like that, the kind of batteries that give you some info on them from the exterior, and they charge with a USB, so they can charge out of the drone itself, which is awful handy. Here's another battery, don't need to open that, and a strap for the case, I'm sure. Here we have the drone itself. There's the little guy. Open that. When you open it, it's super light, plasticky, but it's small, super lightweight. Give you some instructions on this. Please remove the gimbal cover before drone is turned on. Well, okay. We will definitely do that. There we go. All right, and we have a 4K camera. Take the film off, protect the film. Obviously, it's not a 3-axis gimbal or anything, but it is basically will tilt. I don't see. I'm looking for like sensors. There is a sensor right there. I'm not sure. Probably kind of with that LiDAR kind of sensor for holding. We'll have to check it out. It's a pretty lightweight little guy. All right. Documentation. And the controller. Got antennas. Assuming we plug into, oh, here we got a little, not sure what that, oh, okay. That's how that works. Huh. Okay, interesting. All right, that flips up, phone goes into there, and I'm wondering how well that's going to work with, maybe we'll tilt it up like so. Got the antennas, which rotate around. Yeah, we'll play with that. Okay, that's pretty much it. Nice little case. That's it. We're gonna do a little reading and get the app on the phone and get an SD card, things charged up, and do a little flying. A beginner drone should be very easy to set up. And I got this thing right out of the box. They had some battery in it, so put a battery in, started this. This connects to this through Wi-Fi. So there's no cables to plug in, which I love because I always hated having to take my case off because a lot of times it wouldn't work. But dang, that was pretty simple. Just playing around with it here in the shop. You've got some lights, blinky lights. Haven't done anything else other than just kind of just turn it on just to see how it works. I don't want to cause too much of an issue here. But anyway, I thought that was pretty impressive that it just started up super easy. Downloaded the app on my iPhone and had to do a couple settings, go to the Wi-Fi. But man, quick. There's a Wi-Fi drone. So one of the things you have to do after you turn on the drone and the controller is connect to the Wi-Fi, the Ameta S50 Wi-Fi. Then it's a matter of starting the app, getting the app up and running, and as that's happening, you're obviously, the drone is locking in on the GPS coordinates, and so you need to wait around a little bit for that. While you're waiting for that, another thing you need to do is get out of beginner mode if you so wish. Beginner mode kind of limits where you're as far as distance and altitude. If you turn beginner mode off, you can change your maximum altitude and your maximum distance. I recommend you going through that process. As soon as you make the change, it says, okay, it's success, and you can move on after that's done. Always wise to calibrate your gyroscope and compass. A lot of the drones do this. I do it typically before every flight. As far as every flight, if I go someplace different, or if the drone's not kind of hovering nice and level and cool, I'm going to recalibrate it. Takes a couple seconds, no big deal, it talks you through. On here though, you'll rotate horizontally, it beeps, and then you need to turn it. It doesn't show you need to rotate it vertically, but you do. It'll beep again, set it down, and then you should be good to go. You might have to back out of this on that upper left, back out and go back to the controls. I'm going to show a little footage here, and obviously in the lower left corner have the screen up as well. Kind of walk through that whole process, the whole menu. The top part, it basically is like all of them, right? In the upper right, you've got your battery, your connection to the controller, satellites, and then your settings, those three dots. Work your way down. You obviously turn on and off the video. You can do that from the controller as well. Video, panoramic, photo, whatever it might be. Down there's the album, so you can look that video afterwards. It's stored on the drone. You can see that. You have the SD card. Like all these, if you click on that SD card, it's going to format it for you. Then you have your speeds, your vertical speeds, distances, and so on and so forth. It does have that radar, and the radar basically shows which way the drone is pointed. It's different than others. It's funny how a lot of these drones have different features when it comes to that. Moving up the far left side, you have your features of take video and circle a object, or follow me, or the route, basically waypoints, which frankly I tried and went to the first waypoint, and then it didn't go anywhere else. So that didn't work so well. Probably need to fiddle around with it, see if I can make it work better. The thing you'll notice though, and because this does not have a 3-axis gimbal, it's not the most stable video all the time. Here I'm descending very rapidly and doing some maneuvers that, it's going to get that jello-y look. Getting prepared to do some of the circle point of interest and follow me and such. Anyway, let me show you what that looks like. All right, there's a couple features I want to show. One is the orbit around an object. So if you go into that menu, click that. It'll allow you to change with the upper slider the radius of the orbit. You could also make those changes with your stick as it's flying. So in this case, I'm just determining what I'm going to do. It goes into action, pushes back. Oh, my wife just bought something on Amazon. That pops up. That's kind of nice. Anyway, so like a lot of these, you have to adjust the camera as it's going through that orbit. It's just the way these things work. Some work better than that. Some you can select an item and it'll rotate around. This one doesn't. So as I'm kind of fiddling around a little bit with making it line up on me and do the orientation, changing the angle of the camera, it's not super smooth, but it works well enough. As it's doing that, you hit the cancel button down on the bottom and it will stop doing that. Now I'm going to go into follow me, and just what it does. It's going to follow the controller. It works well enough, but again, you're going to have to manipulate the angle of the camera in order for that to be on you as you're walking around. A lot of these things, I'm not quite sure exactly, how well they work in some cases. Like in this case, I said follow me and it shot away into the field. It didn't quite work so well that time. I brought it back, brought it in a little closer, and then when I activated it, it seemed to work fine and follow me around kind of the field. But that initial time, and a lot of this stuff, you got to do it a couple times to get it exactly right, get it close enough to you, figure out the radius. A lot of these features require that. Now, truth be told, I think, for me, I don't use these features a lot. I use this drone not to follow me or orbit around. Some orbiting, yeah, I could see it for some bee footage or something. But to follow me, I don't know. Maybe if I'm not quite sure why I would use it. But here's the footage you're going to get as it's moving. Doesn't have a 3-axis gimbal, so it's a little jumpy. Okay, now I decided I'm going to fly it around a little bit more. Distance around the field. This is a FRIA where I'm flying, so I can fly around a little bit. I can fly pretty high if I want, but in this case I'm going to fly to the parameters of the drone, just kind of do a circle around the field. But you'll also notice that, as far as the footage, it isn't, rock solid. Also, the distance was good for a Wi-Fi drone. I maxed it out a couple times. It was several hundreds of yards, several hundred meters, and then I lost connection, hit a return to home, worked great. Didn't have any issues there. But I'm going to just let you watch some of the footage here and with the camera on auto mode and judge for yourself. Let me take you on another flight. I want to summarize all the features and parts and pieces of this drone. It is what it is. It's a simple 4K camera drone, under 250, Wi-Fi, which means it doesn't go super far. The camera is going to be a little wobbly, but not bad. And, for the most part, flight times, very good. Flew it around for quite a while. Did I time it? No. Comes with 2 batteries. But to be honest, I was flying, 10, 15 minutes on each battery, no problem. Didn't have any issues with GPS. Didn't have any issues with the app failing. The only thing I tested that didn't work correctly for me was the waypoint. Setting up the waypoints on the maps, that worked fine. When I said start, it went to the first location and stopped. I didn't play around with it a whole lot more. plan to do that, to just play around more with the drone, I think it's a good, simple, low-cost drone for what it is. Anyway, that's my take on it. Enjoy the rest of the flight and have a great day.